Lately, I have a lot of friends who are going through the same process, watching their ailing parents or their father. I just went recently to bury my uncle, my mom's brother. He died the same month she died 2 years ago. He got buried one day before her 2 year anniversary. So death is around us. Death is something we cannot avoid. Death is a must. It is a must. When we understand death is a must, then we can start talking about it. Then we can start breaking it down to the point where we can get comfortable talking about death. We talk about everything else to anybody and our children. We never talk about death. Talk to your children about death. I have been talking to my kids about death since they were 5. And I always tell them, we're making memories. Mom gets mad with you, but that doesn't take away the joy that I have for you. But one day, you're going to notice that I'm no longer around. And when that day happens, know that it is a process in life. I am going to die one day, but the memories of me you have will keep you alive and going. One of my sons say, write everything in a book for me, Mom, so I can remember. You can do a journal for your kids. If you want, do a journal or do recordings. Or like me, I just tell them every time I get the opportunity, I remind them, remember, I am not going to be around forever. The process of life is to die. And they're aware of that. Yes, it's going to be hard when I die. Of course, anybody with a heart and feelings will feel sad that a loved one has passed. But I don't want him to get stuck in life and say, what if or what should. I don't want them to do that. I'm preparing them along the way so they know when I'm gone. Don't live life for me, live life for them. Do the right things that work for them, whatever that is. Their right might not be my right, but it's their right. Their wrong might not be my wrong, but it's their wrong. So I educate them about death so that they know that it will happen. It will. It's going to happen. But to subside and make them see that reality is what it is, I don't pamper it. I don't make the words any nicer. I give them the harsh reality so they understand that. Not to make them afraid, but to make them aware. You pick what time or what age you want to start telling your kids about death. But don't hide death from your family. Let them know. I tell my husband, if I die before you and you find somebody else that you can love them. I am dead. You're alive. Life is for the living, not the dead. Move on with life. Because I don't want him to think and say, oh my God, should I do this? Should I not? Should I date? Should I? No, if you have life in you and you see somebody else you want to have as a companion, go for it. When people are dying, we become very nice, very kind. And I think the reason that happened is that we realize they're no longer going to be there anymore. The long life we thought we had now looks very short. We fight with our parents, our friends. We argue with our spouse. Yeah, we say things we don't mean sometimes, or we say things that are hurtful. But this is just reality and this is life. And there is no reason to feel guilty about it when somebody is dying and say, I should not have said that. I regret I said that. No, you said it. You ask for forgiveness and you move on. This is life. Life is not always nice. Life is not always pretty. Life has a lot of dirt and anger and frustration and resentment. So when those things come up in life and we take action on them, ask for forgiveness and move on. But don't feel guilty when the person is dying that we said all these things or you said all these things. It is not the best way to look at it because it will make you crazy in the end and you will be stuck for a long time in your life. And life is for the living. It sounds harsh, but it is true. If we realize that, we will navigate through death a whole lot better. When somebody dies, we'll navigate through it a whole lot better. I watched my mom become a whole other person, lose weight, don't want to eat, did not want to talk. This is just the process. The body is just breaking down in other forms. It's like when you're born, you can walk and then you learn to walk. You have no teeth and then you get teeth. And then you get to talk and then you get to eat and then you get to run and skip. Death is taking the opposite direction. It's slow down time. The body's slowing down to the point where the heart will stop beating. It's a process. Watching a loved one die is very, very sad. It brings up a lot of emotions. It brings up a lot of guilt. It brings up a lot of pain. It brings up a lot of hurt. And all of that is accepted. And all of that is acceptable. Once you realize that you can be forgiven, then you will understand the process a little better. Forgiveness for you, forgiveness for the other person, forgiveness will always help you. But you have to be honest with your forgiveness. Don't pretend to forgive when you truly have not gotten to that place. It's a process. When you get to that place where you can forgive, then you will feel differently. But if you keep saying, I forgive this, I forgive that, I forgive this, I forgive that, and then you still feel the same way, you have not forgiven. You have to learn to surrender. Surrender it all. Come clean with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and come clean and forgive you. And then you can forgive the other person. Death is not easy. Death comes very quickly. Now, most of my friends, we are at an age over 50, and our parents are aging. Some of us, our parents are gone. Some our parents are hanging on. Some our parents are still, strong and going on. But we all know that day is coming for them, for us, for others. So if you're afraid of death, you need to start talking to yourself. Why? Why are you afraid of death? Be honest with yourself. If you're still afraid, there is no shame in being afraid of death. We are all created differently, different feelings and emotions. So it is okay to be afraid of death. The other little fear I told you about is Since I had kids, I became a little bit more afraid of death. A little. Just a tinge. Even though I tell them about death, I still have a tinge of fear. And my only fear about death is I will not, I would not want to die anywhere that they won't be able to find my body. I would want them to have a body for closure. Just for them. Because I'm dead. It doesn't do anything for me. But just for them. So that's my only little fear about death. So if you're afraid of death, leave it in the comments. Let me know what else you'd like me to talk about death. And if you're still afraid, let me know why you're still afraid. There will be more topics on that because I see my friends are struggling and suffering. And if you feel like crying, just cry. Just cry. If you think you need to cry because you're feeling guilty that someone you love is about to leave you or very ill and you know soon the exit door will open for them, cry. No shame. Just keep crying. Cry until you cannot cry anymore. You may be asking, do you miss your mom? Yes. A couple times I came to pick up the phone to call her and then realized I say, uh-oh, you're not even there. I was like, you're not even there, mother. And I said a prayer. Once or twice, I played her music I know she loved, and I cried while playing the music and dancing. Of course, we have memories. Of course, we're going to miss them. Of course, they'll always be forever with us. The flesh might not be there, the soul might not be there, but the memories are there. And every now and then, something reminds me of her. I look in the mirror and I see her looking right back at me. I'm like, how did I become to look so much like you, mother? And I laugh. I say, my God, I look so much like you. I say, I'm morphing into you more and more every day. So memories is what's going to keep them alive with us. They are never dead as long as we are alive. Remember that. And please like, share, and comment. And tell me in the comments again, what would you like me to talk about death? Talk to you soon.